Hi everyone. I hope all of you are doing great and thanks for your strong support on Udemy and YouTube. If you are following our courses on Udemy, please provide your valuable rating. So in this session, I'm going to talk about CDS views. Okay. So CDS views, the ABAP will use completely. Okay. But as a function consultant, we must know how to find the CDS view, how to find the length of each field, because you're already working professional, then you would have used SAP tables for any kind of enhancement, or if you're working on any smart forms, like any other forms, like forms development or report, custom reports. What we used to do, we used to go to the table and give the field, data element, length, everything we used to prepare in a logic, right, to the ABAP consultant to make respective report or form. So earlier, what happened? The SAP was depending on a database like Oracle and all, because the database was not handled by SAP. So these database tables used to be part of the our logic, and but there was inside technical things like SQL, some kind of stuff used to be available. But after S/4HANA, SAP has its own database. So they don't have to use and call some other database to get the data and store our SAP. Whenever you create a purchase order, it's stored in EKKO, but it is indirectly, it is in the database of external database. But now it is our own database. So SAP introduced this SAP CDS views. Okay, you can see that meaning, core data services. So here they don't have to SQL to some other database. So the performance will be faster than the logic if you write in SAP tables. Okay, so these CDS views are designed, and there are a lot of technical stuff is there. There is a blog. If you come to our blog, SAP CDS views versus SAP tables, you may feel little more technical, but as a function consultant, what you need to know and what you have to do, I'm going to teach shortly in this video. If I feel something more is required for the people to know about CDS views, then I will release part 2, and you can consider like a part 1, because anything I'm learning new and I'm working in my projects, I'm releasing like a part 1, because I know that it's a continuous learning and we are working on the latest technologies, latest stuff, so that definitely there will be lot of scope to learn more things. Whenever I learn new, I will release the part 2, part 3. That's the purpose of keeping these parts. So you can check this blog to understand more about the technical things, like how this high level concept. Okay. So the fundamental difference lies in how data is handled. S/4HANA moves away from the traditional data to code model, the fetching heavy raw data sets from tables into the application server to process them, and embraces the code push down or code to data model using CDS view. So the technical terms to understand, the ABAP the technical consultants need to learn more about these things. But as a function consultant, what to learn, I'm going to tell. So to know more about the technical details or some more information, you can go through this blog where I provided the what is the primary criteria, like for SAP tables and CDS views. For example, you see the core technical differences, right? Data storage and physical persistence holds the actual data on disk or in memory. But virtual representation does not store data, executes the query in real time when it called. Because the database itself, our own database of S4HANA, so they don't have to store and keep it memory and all. They can directly call the database and get it. So the primary focus here, like online transaction processing, here we have that same kind of thing like online analytical processing and optimized for rich data modeling, extraction, and real-time reporting. So a development tool is more about SC11 via SAP GUI. Here we can do this ABAP development tools. Okay, we can access in Fury and graphical tools. We can do that one. Whenever I learn more new things, I will release the part 2, like I mentioned that. So you can structural capabilities. How does CDS views are introduced, and what is this annotations? Okay, how these things are working. You can definitely check this one. And even I found one more nice blog about this technology blog post by members. You can see this one, but more about ABAPers need to go. As a functional, you may not have to go to that level of knowledge, may not be required. Okay. So my blog about CDS views versus tables. And for ABAP consultants, you can go through this blog also. I will keep this link in our the data, like whether it is YouTube, we will find in the description. So now as a functional consultant, what is the difference? That's what you will ask, right? Ganesh, I'm working in tables. Whenever I work on a form or a custom report, I go to the table, I get the data and I make things. Now, what is the difference for me that I'm going to tell now? So earlier, for example, you are working on a smart form and you want to get a PO number and document date. What you used to do? Go to SA16N and EKKO. So you will take it like a PO number EBLN and you pass the either created date or a document date. Okay, you have a document date. So document date BEDAT and get the PO number. You may pass a few more details like PO document type and all. So if you want to show the length, so when you want to show the length, what you used to do? Go to S11, give the table EKKO and click on display. So system will give you the table like BEBLN is the PO number, the length is 10 and data type is character CHAR. Okay. So if it is data type, these things we used to give. That's a traditional way how we used to follow for many years. Even I have a couple of videos where I explained about how to extract the custom logic from the table. Now we went to the next level. As a function consultant, what you are going to do it. For example, you are working on a form. You want to know the details of purchase order header and purchase order item. So how to know the CDS view? You're completely blank, right? So let me tell you the way how you can get it. And there is a link. I will put it in the our description and also you can find that. So the link is Cloud Application Repository Viewer. So you also can search like that SAP GIT Hub. Okay. SAP GIT Hub. Like you can completely sap.gathub.io/abap -atc -cr -cv -s4hc. Okay. So you can Google or you can remember this thing. You can put it in your bookmark so that you don't have to remember. So once you come here, you can put that whether you are working on cloud ERP private cloud. If it is specific to private cloud, that's better because I'm working on a private cloud. I selected, but I observed that few CDS views are same across everywhere. It is similar. Like a few may be designed only for the public cloud. Few may be designed only for the BTP kind of thing. So those things will be vary. But at least for what example I'm going to give, I'm selecting private cloud. Okay. So I'm going to search for EKKO. So once you search for EKKO, you will get the data like object type, table, the function. Okay. You can click on this function FUNC. Okay. So then you will get it that what is the successor of the table? So there is a statement I read somewhere like CDS views are the successors of database tables, what we are using currently in ECC. So for EKKO, the successor CDS view is I underscore purchase order API 01. Copy it. You can see the object type is CDS STOB. For simple way, I will teach with S11 only. Okay. And there are few graphical tools and all. Once I get more command and options to explore, I will come up with part 2. Go to S11. Currently, I'm doing the same thing. I'm working in S4HANA project. All of you know that I mentioned that one. Wherever we are making some logic for forms or reports, or even for a custom API, like in when you're getting API for custom API, if I want to fetch certain field, if I want to mention some fields, I'm using CDS views. Go to data type. We cannot give in the database table or view and paste that. Click on display. Once you click on display, So you will see the respective data definition, the CDS view, and you want to know the list of fields with length, data type, the field name, everything, right? Then you go to the option display object list. Once you click on display object list, you will get for your table. You can also check it other data definition related to purchase order, release purchase order, approved purchase order item. Okay. Now select the header and expand this. Then you can see this document where some the book kind of thing is there, right? Double click on that. Once you double click on this, you will have the details. Okay. So in this data, you will have the data. What is the table field name? You want to write a logic, right? Field name. What is the data element? Which is the key field? And what is the data type? Whether it is a character or a date or a number, and the length, the short description of the field. Similar like how we see S11 for a table, right? Similar way, this is also visible. So here, that's what you are going to mention here. So you need to mention that this is the CDS view, okay, the data definition CDS view. And here, this is the field. So based on that, system will get you the data. So let us take it, one test we can do, ME23N. Okay, let's take this purchase order. This is our purchase order only. Go to SC16N, give the header thing, give the PO number. Once you give the PO number at the header, you will get all the information like how we used to see in the table. PO number and document type, what is the status of the PO, language, company code, purchase organization, purchasing group. So all these informations you will get and you will write the logic. So definitely I will plan for a session by taking any form like a purchase order form. How can we write the logic for each field? So that session I will plan. So this session is more about what is CDS view as a function consultant. How can I find my CDS view and how can I find the field names, technical field names, the length, data type, how can I write functional specification. If you watch my technical videos like writing the custom logic and all, how did we go to EKKO and get the table, data element, field name, length, data type? The similar way you are doing here. The table is replaced with CDS view. I hope you learn something new in this video. If you really feel that it will be helpful for your new S4HANA projects, when you work on S4HANA projects, please start using only CDS views in place of tables. Okay. Where can we use the table and all? There are few things I get it like when to read from a table directly. You can see here, right? For writing a table, writing high-speed transactional logic where you are manipulating specific rows via primary keys like standard custom table inserts, updates or locking mechanisms, or when performing single record selects within isolated business logic where no calculation, join, or transformation is required, you can still use table directly. But you try to use maximum as much as you can. You can use CDS views, which will enhance the performance of your report or performance of your respective API where you are calling the data, or especially the reports, you will see the performance better. So thanks for watching. If you have anything more questions about CDS views, please put it in comment. Definitely, I will cover those things in part 2. Thank you, and please provide your valuable ratings on Udemy to encourage me, to motivate me. Thank you, and we are going to make many more S4HANA videos based on my learnings in the current project. Thank you. See you soon with another video.